Yes. So now we'll see how to pass an array to a method, because sometimes you might have to do some array operations. Depends on the program requirement, like suppose if you'd like to make a sort operation or reverse of an array by using separate methods, in that cases we have to send arrays to methods. So when if we send an array to a method, so that you can work on that array, so that our operation will be done in the method. From there you can see you can show the output, or you can just return the array. So first we'll see how to pass an array exactly, then we'll go for the second approach, how to return arrays. Okay, so now your method is going to be like this. We'll method public void some method name. Assume that you are going to create array reverse. You would like to make reverse of an array. So to make this reverse of array, definitely you have to send an array to the method. Now let me send an array to this. Suppose it depends on the type of the array. Suppose if it is integer array, then you have to use the integer signature here. If it is a string array, you can use string. If it is double array, you can use double, like this. Okay, and better to name in the array here like this. Now okay, so your reverse logic will go here. Reverse logic here, reverse logic here. Then while calling the array reverse method, while calling this array reverse, so simply you can pass your array. You can send your array to that, okay, to that particular method. Here number of elements like this. Okay, so you can store this array on a variable. If it is a double, then you can make a double variable, double array variable. Okay, now you can set d. So array reverse of d. Array reverse of d in the sense that d is an array here that will be copied to the a. D is an array and that will be copied to the AR. And this AR now, this is going to reverse the array. But if you are doing modifications here, if you are reversing array by using this local variable, the method parameter, that will not reflect the original D. Yes, it will never reflect the original D here. In order to make it reflect, you just have to return the arrays. But here the return type is void. So we are not going to return anything. You are not allowed to return anything when it is void. So when it is void, we can't return any arrays or any result from this. So wherever you write the logic, there only have to show the output when if you don't have return types. Already you are aware with that. మనం return type methods కానీ చూసాం కదండి. So return type methods output చూపించం, values return చేస్తాయి. And non-return type methods, so they will return they will show the output, but they will not return any values. So here, when if you are doing array reverse by using this method, by passing an array here as a parameter, that array reverse can be done here, but it will not be reflected to the original D. Actually, our original array variable is D here. The AR is a temporary in order to make it work here, because you are going to declare it in a local in some other method as a local. How could the local variables can be accessed from one method to other method? So that's why we are just copying D to AR, copying the D to the AR, then working on AR but not on the D. If you display the D, then it shows the same values. So when if you display the AR after this logic, then that is going to be then that will show you the reverse values. I mean the reverse order. Okay. Now let me create a class for this, and in that class I'm going to create some multiple methods for reversing an array. Open the Eclipse. Yeah. So I have created a class called array utility class. In this array utility class, we'll create set of methods public void reverse, okay, reverse array, and we'll take integer and integer. Similarly, let me create multiple methods. So one method for integer, other method for double, another method for double, and one more. String like this. So assume that we have three different reverse arrays. Of course, method names are same, but signatures are different. So what is this concept? This concept is called method overloading. Creating same name of methods with the different parameters within the same class is nothing but method overloading. దీనే మెథడ్ ఓవర్లోడింగ్ అంటే. సో ఆల్రెడీ మనం మెథడ్ ఓవర్లోడింగ్ వచ్చి డిస్కస్ చేసాం. You can just review the videos. Yeah. So here, let me write a logic for reversing this. So how to reverse an array? ఒక array ఎలా reverse చేయొచ్చు? If initial index is 0, then the array should start from forward. అంతే కదా? Initial index 0 అయితే array అనేది forward లో start అవుతుంది. If initial index is the last, that means length minus 1. If the start index is length minus 1, that means the last index. If it is last index, then the array will start executing from the backward. Clear? So let me show you that output. So for int I is equal to here I'll assign a dot length. What is a? A is an array, and that calls a length minus 1. Now I is starting from the last index. I is going to be starting from the last index. Then I greater than or equals 0. Now the maximum value should go up to the minimum value. So every time you have to compare the maximum value with the smallest value, and the starting value should be decremented in order to reach to the 0. Now I has to reach to the 0. So on its way of reaching to the 0, that must be decremented every time. Okay, but I అనేది maximum, అది మనం decrement చేస్తాం, and also with the condition. Okay, so initially what is the value of I? For example, if your array having 5 elements, మన array లో 5 elements ఉన్నాయి. 5 అంటే last index 4 కదా. Now I is going to be I equal to 4, I equal to 4, 4 greater than or equal to 0, right? Then it enters into the block. There it shows reverse of all the elements, like this. The print method AR of, can use AR of I, AR of I. So to access a particular array element, then let me bind something like this, so that one element and another element will be separated by using this. Even if I put a semicolon, okay. So based on the semicolon, you can understand we are going to separate multiple elements. One element and another element will be separated by this semicolon, right? Even this one. So when if we call this reverse array method, now this method is going to show you the output, the reverse of array, that will be displayed by the this one. And next, the same logic can I apply it for double array or not? The same logic we can apply for double array, and the same logic for string array. Okay. Now we'll create a test class with a main method. So the utility class don't have main method. Utility class lo main method let chudandi. Now an array is there with multiple values. Like this, we have multiple values here, and the double D array is equal to comma 67.1. Okay, double array. Next we'll get string array. So in the string array we can provide set of names. Set of names can be stored in the string array. Okay, we'll reverse this now. To reverse the integer array, you have to call a method that is called reverse array method, rev array method, that accepts an integer parameter, integer array as a parameter. So same method name we have available. The same method name is available for thrice here, but the first one accepts integer array, and if you pass a double array, the second method will be called, and if you pass a string array, the third method will be called. If you pass the integer array, the first method will be called. So that is advantage of method overloading. Without giving different names for the same method, we can show different behaviors. Now the rev array method has three behaviors here. One is it is trying to reverse integer array, and second time it is trying to reverse double array, and third time reversing the string array. Create the for loop int I is equal to 0. Sorry, no need of for loop, right? So already we have that. Now let just create the object array utility. For array utility class you can just create object. No need to write the logic, but already we have done the logic in the array utility. So we can make reuse of this method. ఈ మెథడ్ ని మనం యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం అంటే మళ్ళీ రాయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు కదా లాజిక్. Yes, this out first integer array in reverse. How to reverse? You just need to call the method au dot rev array of what you'd like to send. ARR. What is ARR? ARR is an integer array. Now execute this program to see the array in reverse order, the integer array in reverse order there. See whether we have the array in reverse order or not. 22, 67, okay. Array best. Don't get confused. I'm just separating one element and the other element by putting just a pipe symbol. Okay. Basically the first element is 64, 797, 6, 232, 445 like this. But in the output, it shows in the reverse order. First 212, next 67, then 445, then 232. Last one is 64. So this is like how we can display an integer array in reverse order by using a separate method. Okay. So to this rev array method, what we are passing? ARR. What is ARR? It's an array. That is an array of what type? That is an array of integer type. That is integer type array. Okay. Similarly, let me reverse string as well. String array in reverse is okay. Now the object name. What is the object name here? AU dot. The method name is rev array. Rev array. And what is the array would like to pass here? DARR. Okay. Please watch it carefully. Now execute the program. String array. Wait. Let me break the line. Now the string array in reverse is I'm shown here. Double jibisana. str ar. You have to send str ar. Now the string array will be displayed. So JKL, GHI, DEF, ABC. Actually get ABC, DEF, GHI, JKL అని ఇచ్చాం. ఇప్పుడు రివర్స్ ఆర్డర్లో వస్తుంది. సేమ్ అలాగే మనం ఏం చేయొచ్చు, డబుల్ కూడా చూపించుకోవచ్చు. స్లాష్ double is au dot reverse array of DARR. That means double array. So the double is this one, the double array in reverse order. The first element is 23.454 in the original array, but at the output, the 23.454 shown at the last. So reversing integer, reversing string, and reversing a double by using separate methods, and we are passing arrays to those methods. So here we are passing arrays to those methods. A methods ki మనం arrays ని pass చేస్తాం and make them work there itself. వాటిని అక్కడే వర్క్ చేసేలాగా మన లాజిక్ రాసేసి just we are using this. Now anytime if you would like to reverse an array, ఒక array ని ఎప్పుడైనా రివర్స్ చేయాలనుకుంటే just use this logic. లాజిక్ యూజ్ చేసుకుని సరిపోతుంది. Okay. Any questions? No questions in the chat box. Okay, and now let us see the second approach. The second one here, returning arrays from methods. We have seen passing arrays to methods just now. Now we'll go for returning arrays. How to return an array? I don't want to show the output there itself. See, this method is okay, but it is showing the output there itself. I don't want to show it like that. నాకు అలా చూపించాల్సిన అవసరం అలా చూపించకూడదు. అరేని అక్కడే చూపించకుండా నేను జస్ట్ రిటర్న్ చేసుకొని I can show the output from the main. But what I need is I need the reverse format of array. Array reverse format also చాలు. I can write a for loop for that. I can show from my main method. Okay. For that, what I will do is public. I'm going to return int here. Then name your method as reverse. There is a small method name changes here. Simple little bit changes. This is rev array and this is reverse array. That will also accepts an integer array as a parameter. So what that has to do means the same thing but little bit different, the logic. I don't want to show the output, I just want to assign the array there. Okay. Now let me create a dummy array because మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నామంటే ఇక్కడ అరేని రివర్స్ చేసి రిటర్న్ చేసేటప్పుడు దాని ఒక టెంపరరీ అరేలో స్టోర్ చేసుకోవాలి. దిస్ ఈస్ పారామీటర్, ఐ అగ్రీ విత్ దిస్ ఈస్ పారామీటర్ అరే. ఇది మనకి సోర్స్. ఇప్పుడు based on this source, ఈ source ని యూస్ చేసుకొని what we'll do is we'll just try to create a dummy array with a size of the same ఇదే size తో క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం. And in that array we're going to have it in a reverse order. రివర్స్ అరే చేసిన ఆర్డర్ మొత్తం అక్కడ స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, మనం చేసిన రివర్స్ మొత్తం అక్కడ స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. ఫైనల్ గా ఆ రివర్స్ అరేని మనం రిటర్న్ కీవర్డ్ యూస్ చేసి రిటర్న్ చేస్తాం. I'll create array a temporary array is equal to, I'll make it as a dynamic array. ఎందుకంటే సైజ్ ఎంత వస్తుందో మనకు తెలియదు కదా. ఒకసారి యూజర్ 10 పంపచ్చు, ఒకసారి 20 పంపచ్చు, ఒకసారి 30 పంపించవచ్చు. That should be a dot, the size should be a dot 9. అంటే ఈ అరే సైజ్ ఎంత ఉంటుందో అదే సైజ్ క్రియేట్ అవ్వాలి. Now so I is okay. Let me take one more variable before this. I'll make it as k equal to 0 and k equal to 0. Now the k index is for temporary. I index is for parameter. Now to the temporary array we have to assign a of I. To the temp of k, just assign a of I. ఓకే, సో ఇప్పుడు ఈ అరే ఫార్వర్డ్ ఆర్డర్ ఈ టెంపరరీ వచ్చేసి రివర్స్ ఆర్డర్ లో స్టోర్ చేస్తుంది. ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ ఇట్ మేక్స్ k++, so that the k will be in the next iteration like that. So temp of 0, next temp of 1, temp of 2, temp of 3, temp of 4. So అలా different locations లో a of I ని అసైన్ చేస్తాం. At the last just return temp. Okay, at last we can use a return temp here. Return temp చేసిన తర్వాత when a method calls this, when a main method calls this one, this is my array. I just want to reverse it. We'll take a different class. Let it be. ఈ క్లాస్ ఇలాగే ఉంచేసి మనం ఒక different class create చేద్దాం. Array test2. The class name is array test2. Array name, values, different values we have here. Now to make it in reverse order, just write a for each loop, and also you have to create object to the array utility class. Array utility AU is equal to new array utility. Then by using a for each loop, you can just display that particular array, and also the resultant array should affect to the original. If the resultant array affect to the original, just assign arr is equal to, you can call that method now, au dot reverse array, au dot reverse array of arr. ఏం చేస్తున్నామంటే ఏఆర్ఆర్ని అరేనే పంపిస్తున్నాం, అరేనే పారామీటర్కి పంపించి రివర్స్ అయితే రిటర్న్ వచ్చిన అరేని మళ్ళీ ఏఆర్ఆర్లోనే స్టోర్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఓకే, సో సెండింగ్ ద array and returning the resultant array. The resultant array is a temporary array here. The temporary array will be returned to this ARR. Now ARR will be override with original. Original override just. This is the original format of ARR, and after that, that will be reassigned with some different some in the reverse order. Now you can show here you can write a for each loop for this. You know how to write the for each loop. So int, let us take some v, okay, or element, any variable. You can take any variable. And where is your array? Array is in ARR. Now one by one value will be taken to the ARR, to the element, to the ELE. ARR will return the first element to ELE, then it enters into the block. So no condition checking is required for the for each loops, and no incrementation is required. Automatically those things will be taken care by the JVM internally. And now we can show LE, the element. The current element can be shown. Before this, just show the reverse order of this, then execute the program, save it. Okay, the reverse order. So what we are assigning, ARR came assign చేస్తున్నాం, we are assigning reverse array. What this reverse array is doing, that reverse array is reversing the array and returns the resultant array to the caller. Caller కి ఏం చేస్తుందంటే resultant array ని రిటర్న్ చేస్తుంది. సో ఇప్పుడు ఆ టెంపరరీ అరేలో ఏం స్టోర్ అవుతుంది? టెంపరరీ అరే స్టోర్స్ reverse of array. That reverse of array will be pointed by this ARR. Now ARR points to the reverse of that result. Our result means ARR pointers. And now we are going to display that resultant array. There you see the output. Okay. Now similarly, can I write one more method for chars, for characters, for character array, reverse of character? Can I write char here? Char of reverse array of char of A. Again overloading the reverse array method. This is the original and this is the overloading method. Same name of methods with a different signature, with a different parameters. And the return types are also different. When if we pass a character array, the return type is character array only. When if you send integer array, the return type is integer array only here. Okay. Next. Similarly, you can also make a string array in the reverse order. Same logic, but just wait. Here we have to put a char because that is character. The character array కాబట్టి char create చేసుకోవాలి. Next, for the string array, we can create a string. The logic is same logic, but the different data types. Data types change అవుతాయండి. Now the temporary would be the string. Here is also string. Yeah. Array name marchana. The same. Okay. Now it works. Now we can just reverse anything. You can reverse any string, and you can get the result there itself. So string here. Just assign the result to the same strarr. The same strarr is equal to au dot reverse array. Au dot reverse array. So reverse array of what is the array name we have to send to this as an argument? The string array. Sending a string arr, string array, and getting the string array. But the retriever string array, the resultant string array would be the reverse. And the parameter string array is forward. This is the forward order. Just making out some loop here for each. For again string s colon str arr. Now in SSR, just display the S. Before this, standard order middle, then you can show the string array in the reverse. Just showing here the string array in reverse. See the output, the string array in reverse. And the above is integer array in reverse. Right? So this is like how we can pass an arrays and how we can return arrays from methods. Array ni pass cheyalana return cheyalana ila chestam. Okay. Now I'll show you how to sort an array. Okay, array ni sorting, ascending order lo sort cheyadam, descending order sort cheyadam elago. Okay, fine. Let us do paint work. So how many elements we have here? 5 elements. Assume there are multiple values, collection of values here. Okay, and we'll make 2 indexes I, okay, which points to 0 initially. Next j, that which points to I plus 1. What's the value of I? I is 0. So 0 plus 1 means obviously that would be 1. And the indexes are like this: 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 3 index, and 4 index. So you have to make two loops here. One is I loop, another one is j loop. With every I value, we have to compare all j values. For every I, you should have to compare all the j. Okay. Now let us perform for descending order. And ascending order is also same as like that. If we change the operator, less than or greater than. Okay. Start tracing this program now. And also write a logic for swapping here. So first, array of I is greater than array of j. Is it true or false? Array of I is greater than array of j. 54 is greater than 64. False kada? False kada? So just increment the j. J and increment j. J should go to the next position. That is 24. J is pointing to the 24. Now 54 greater than 24. Yes, absolutely that is true. True property. So when ARR of I is 54 and ARR of j after j plus plus ARR of j is 24. 54 greater than 24, which is a true. For this true we have to do. So if true, swap the both of those values. ఆ రెండు values ని swap చేయాలి. Swap అంటే very simple. So just remove 24 and remove this 54 from here. We'll push 54 to here and then we'll push 24 to here. Now their positions, their values have been swapped. But I value, j value మారిపోయింది. Again after this, the j will be incremented to the next position. J మళ్ళీ next value కి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. So 24. Now the ARR of I is 24. ARR of I అంటే 24. 24 is greater than 84. True or false? 24 is greater than 84. These are false. Again j plus plus. J will be incremented to next position. And 24 is greater than 16. Yes, it is true. Put true. Remove this 16 and also 24. And 24 should go here. The 16 should come here. Okay. Our actual array is 54, 64, 24, 84, 16. That is our actual array. Let me write that actual array. Otherwise, you'll forget. 54, 64, 24, 84, 16. This is our actual array. See how this actual array have been changed their positions. The positions ఎలా change అయినాయో చూడండి. Just clearly observe here how their values have been changed. Right? Now, when j reaches to the last position here, ఎప్పుడైతే j last position కి వస్తుందో, now increment I. Okay. What's the next step? When j reaches to last. When j is reaching to the last means the j loop is getting false, right? అంటే దీని మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? When j reaches to the last అంటే the j when j had a false, automatically you have to then increment I. j కి ఫాల్స్ వాల్యూ వస్తే I ని ఇంక్రిమెంట్ చేయాలి. అంటే లాస్ట్ పొజిషన్ రీచ్ అయ్యేప్పుడు ఆటోమేటిక్ గా ఫాల్స్ అయిపోతుంది కండిషన్. So that's why I should be incremented. Now I will go to the next position, that is this one. I will be at here now. Okay, let me redraw these things. Just a second. Okay, now this is the I position and that is a j position. I is 1 now, actually it's not 0. I is 1. When I is 1, j equal to I plus 1. I plus 1 means 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 means 2. That means second index. Now j is at the second index. Now compare. Error of I is greater than error of j. If 64 is greater than 54 or not. If 64 is greater than 54 or not. If true, what you have to do? Swap. Our two positions in swap chair. Remove 54 and move the 64. Right? Now error of I is 54 and j will be incremented to the next position, obviously. Go to the next value, 84. 54 is greater than 84. The 54 is greater than 84. True or false? Is it true or false? So that is going to be false. It's simply j plus plus. If false, don't do the swap operation. If true, then only have to do the swap operation for ascending order. Okay. Next. And 16 is greater than 20, sorry, it's not 16. I is 54, right? Yeah. 54 is greater than 24. If the 54 is greater than 24, true or false? That is exactly true. So move this 24 to this position and move the 54 to the last position. 24 will be set to here. So when j reaches to the last position, I mean when j had the false, then increment I. Now I will get increment. So now I gets the increment. Now I will be at 2, index 2. So after 0, it came for 1. After 1, it came for 2. Now the I value is, the I index is 2. And j is I plus 1, that is 2 plus 1, which is a 3. Okay. Now error of I, what is error of I here? 64. Then what is error of j? 84. If 64 is greater than 84, true or false? False. So don't do the swap operation and make the j to move to the next position. J plus plus will happen here. And 64 is greater than 54. Now this time 64 is greater than 54. That is true. Absolutely true. Just swap. Okay. Now when j reaches to the last, again I plus plus. When j reaches to the last, then do the I plus plus. Okay. Now the value of I is of I plus plus. After that 2, the I will go for 3. I is equal to 3, j is equal to I plus 1. What is a 3 plus 1, which is a 4? That is a fourth index. Now 84 is greater than 64. Absolutely, that is true. Then why waiting? So why should we wait? So go for the swap operation. 84 to here. 64 to here. So this is our final ascending order output. Similarly, you can do the descending order as well. When if you put the less than symbol, I'm using greater than symbol here to compare the whether if it is greater than, if the left is greater than the right, so then we are doing a swap operation. In reverse order, I mean for the descending order, simply you can put here the less than operator, then if the left is less than the right, then you have to do the swap, otherwise no. So let us do program for this approach. So this is the actual array. The actual array is 54, 64, 24, 84, 16. And the output array is like this. Okay. Shall we do a swap now? Yeah. In the array utility class, in the same class, I'm going to create a sort. Array sorting ki nenu oka method create chestanu ikkada. Public int okay, just call the sort method. The sort method will accept parameter array. So sort chesi manam array return cheddam. Array అనేది ఒరిజినల్ క్లాస్ లో ఉండే array కి రిఫ్లెక్ట్ అయిపోతుంది automatic. Okay, then create the variables. Directly can go for loop int I is equal to 0, I less than a dot length, then I plus plus. That is a common logic here. Then we need to start the for j. J is equal to, I told you initial value of j is always I plus 1. And here one more thing, the I should go last up to the last but one position, but not to the last position. See, when I reaches to the last, what will be the j? The next position. That means fifth location. If I occupies the fourth location, the j is trying to occupy the fifth location. But there is no such index available. In that cases, an exception will be thrown. That is called array index out of bound exception. So that's why you should have to make it that that should reach up to the last but one position. అంటే I అనేది last but one position దగ్గర ఆగిపోవాలి. J అనేది last position వరకు వెళ్ళాలి. J less than a dot length and j plus plus. Here we have to make the swap. Okay. Check whether if it is greater than or not. If AR of I is greater than AR or A, but the array name is A, right? So A of I is greater than A of J. If A of I is greater than A of J, if it is true, then go for the swap. So create a temporary variable here. This is for swapping. So temp is equal to A of I first. Temp is equal to A of I. Okay. Then to the A of I, just assign A of J value. To the A of J, assign temp value. This is a swapping order. This is the logic for swapping. So after this for loop, entire array is going to be swapped in the ascending order. So that result can be returned from, you can return that here. Return A. What is A? A is an array. So it is trying to make a sort here, and the sorted array will be returned from this method only, the sort method. Okay, then let us create different class. Okay, not only static arrays, even we can also create dynamic arrays as well. For dynamic arrays, we have to take scanner class input, right? Create object to the scanner class. Then we can input values dynamically to the array. Now let us discuss, let us declare the array. But before that, ask the user to enter how many values you would like to push. Okay. Enter how many elements. Enter how many elements. After that, user will enter a value. That value should be pushed to the array size. That should be pushed as array size. C dot the value is next. Not next, that is next int. Now the array size is being created dynamically based on the user input for how many elements. Now take values dynamically for different elements. So I less than I equal to 0, I less than ar dot length, then I plus plus. In the for loop, ar of I is equal to sc dot the method what we have to call here next int, because that array is an integer array, that's why we should have to call the next int. Before this, enter I element. Enter I element in the sense, in the first iteration that would be 0, second iteration that would be 1, third iteration that would be 2, like that. After reading the array, now just call a sort. Okay, we'll call a sort here from the ability. Shall I make it a static methods, so that for this reverse array methods actually we are creating object. For sort method we are not creating any object because that is a static. No need to create any object for calling a sort here. Okay, now ar is equal to sort of ar. So we are pushing the ar and the resultant array will be sent to the ar only. And what is the class name? The class name is array utility dot sort. This is the way how to call the static methods. So this is the class name and this is the static method name. Parameter here, and the sort method returns a sorted array. The sorted array will be stored in the AR here. So the operation perform చేసి రిటర్న్ చేస్తుంది. ఆ రిటర్న్ చేసిన అరేని AR లోనే స్టోర్ చేస్తుంది. Clear? So then, now let us display int e the element of AR. This would be your output, sorted output event. Sorted array as below. Here in the sort we can show e. Fine. I'm just writing a for each loop here to display the sorted array. The same AR here at the above, that is normal array. After this sort, the resultant will be stored. The result array, the sorted array, again I am going to assign to the AR. Now the AR contains sorted format. Execute this program. Immediately it will ask you to how many elements. If I insert 5, so that I can push 5 elements, enter 0, 0th element. the last element. Okay, 32, 45, 12, 61, 18, and the sorted array is 12, 18, 32, 45, 61. So this is ascending order. Okay, and still we can show it in descending order. For descending order, again no need to write a separate logic, already we have both of them. First you can call the sort. The sort will sort in ascending order. Then just call the reverse array. That reverse array method will just reverse this reverse array method just reverse your array. So the ascending order is in reverse order means that is a descending order, right? Simple, very simple. Sys out reverse order of the sorted array. That would be the descending, the reverse order of the sorted. Just simple, very simple. Now AR is equal to, we need to create object for this. So new array utility dot reverse array of AR. So this is an anonymous object. Anonymous object in the sense we are not going to store this. దాన్ని ఎక్కడ స్టోర్ చేయట్లేదు. జస్ట్ ఆ టైంలో మనకు ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అవసరం, దానికని టెంపరీగా క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం. సో నాట్ స్టోరింగ్ ద ఇన్స్టాన్స్ ఆఫ్ దిస్. ది ఇన్స్టాన్స్ మనం ఎక్కడ స్టోర్ చేయట్లేదు. అనానిమస్ ఇన్స్టాన్స్ ఇది. ఓకే, మనం జనరల్గా ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం? క్లాస్ నేమ్ స్పేస్ object name is equal to new class name, and here without the class name and object name, that means without the instance variable, without storing the instance of that, and directly we're calling new class name. New class name creates the object actually. Class name space variable name కాదు object create చేసేది. New class name, new space the class name of bracket. So what is this class name of brackets? What దీని ఏమంటారు? దీన్ని constructor అంటారు. Always the new constructor creates object. By using the anonymous object, I'm calling the reverse array method, and by sending the AR. Now what is the AR after the sort? Sort అయిన తర్వాత AR ఏంటి? Sorted array కదా. ఇప్పుడు ఆ sort ని reverse లో చేస్తే descending. Okay, that is descending order. Just copy and paste this for each loop. Then over అయిపోయింది program. చూడండి. How many elements? Elements are 7. Okay. Okay, here I forget the slash n, that would be the problem. Wait, slash n, whatever the problems. Let us put this in each and every statement. ఎందుకంటే మనం ఇక్కడ ప్రింట్ మెథడ్ యూస్ చేస్తున్నాం కదా, అది ప్రాబ్లం. ప్రింట్ ఎలా యూస్ చేస్తే నో ఇష్యూస్. Yeah. Now in the sorted also we have to make a slash n before this. Okay. Now insert the values. Last value. Okay. So this is a sorted array in ascending order and a descending order. This is descending order. Okay, fine. Yes. Any questions? I can't see any questions in the chat box. Any questions for you? If you have any questions, please ask. Do you have any questions for me? No? Then Right. So as per the agenda, we completed passing arrays to methods and returning arrays, and we have seen the examples, different examples, sorting example and reverse example for this. Now let's go with anonymous arrays. These are just like just now we have created an anonymous object, right? Just before this we have created some object. Yeah, here. So if you don't store this object instance, if you don't store this instance anywhere, then that would be an anonymous object. In the same way, if you don't store the array values in any variable, then that is going to be an anonymous array. Okay, anonymous array. Let me explain that program. Just a simple program. Anonymous array. Just put a main method. Okay. Yes, fine. See here. Let me declare an anonymous array and try to call this reverse array method to show the output. To array to the new array utility, new array utility dot, what is the method name? Rev array of, here I can push the anonymous array. Okay, somewhat doubt here. Previous topic, passing arrays to methods. Sai Dwarka Degree College. Yeah, what is your question exactly? No problem, you can just come to the mic and I can ask. Unmute yourself and you can ask. Hello. You want me to explain the topic once again? Okay, in returning array, how to swap? See, actually we are doing the swap operation when we are about to do the sorting. మనం సార్ట్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడే స్వాప్ చేస్తున్నాం. Okay, automatically the swapped array will be returned here by the return statement. If you can see here in this paint here, this is our original array. See the original array how it gets swapped. So based on those positions, automatically the original array here that will be swapped like this, and the swapped array can be returned here by using the return statement. Okay, so return A in the sense the A is the parameter what you are taken. On that parameter array we are doing the sorting operation and trying to return that. So we have taken the array and we are sorting this array and returning that array. That's it. So only for sort operation, while doing the sorting only we are going for swapping. For reversing array we don't have any swap operation, you can see here. For reverse, there is no swap. So when if they got the sorted position, sorted format, then only you are going to return that. Is that okay? Sri Sai Dwarka Degree College. Are you clear with this? In returning array, how to swap? Before returning, I'm just doing the swap operation, but not after returning. See, after return statement, we are not allowed to put any other statements. ఒకసారి రిటర్న్ కీవర్డ్ కాల్ చేశాక ఇంకా ఎలాంటి స్టేట్మెంట్స్ పెట్టకూడదు. దానికన్నా ముందు స్వాప్ చేసి దెన్ రిటర్న్ చేస్తుంది. ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్స్ అండి? ఓకే ఓకే, నో ప్రాబ్లం. Yes. Now, calling the reverse array to reverse array, but this time I'm going to pass anonymous array. Anonymous array is just like an array with set of values. Okay, so here we can push set of values dynamically here. Okay, so the difference between the anonymous array and normal arrays are the anonymous arrays cannot store the uh, elements. They cannot store the elements. They are used to pass the elements at the time of calling that method only. Okay, while at the time of calling the calling the method, then only we can use anonymous arrays. Okay, so these arrays cannot be used for storing the elements and doing the operations for afterwards. So it will not be like that, but the array signature like this here. So like starts with a new keyword, then the data type. If you'd like to create an integer array, then that should be int, or if you'd like to create a string array, that should be the string. After this, your elements will go here. After closing this brackets, then you have to start declaring your elements. Okay. Let me send some string, some array of names. Now we have an array. If you just simply execute this program, you can see the output of reverse. See the reverse order. Okay. So do we have any references? Do we have any storage for this? Are we storing this? Nowhere we are going to storing this. We're just using this anonymous array to send an array to this method. ఈ అరేకి ఈ మెథడ్ కి ఒక అరే సెండ్ చేయడానికి మాత్రమే యూస్ చేస్తాం. So nowhere we have stored we have a storage for this, and nowhere we are going to store. See here, we have array. Basically you can pass str, right? Because str is a variable, array variable, that is going to point this one. That is going to point this one. If you execute this program, it shows you the output, right? So without storing it like this, then ekkada store cheyakunda directly, if you send this entire array to a method parameter like this. So ఇలాంటి purposes కోసం anonymous arrays వాడతాం. If it is no longer required for any storage, ఇలాంటి స్టోరేజ్ కి అది అవసరం లేనప్పుడు then you can use anonymous arrays like this. Control F11, Control X section and drag the reverse array of that. Okay. Yeah. So that's fine. So now let me discuss some example programs with you. These are the assignments. I don't know whether you are practicing or not, but still it is mandatory. See, every student have to submit the code online in our own software. We have our own software for code submissions. So we'll provide you that URL in the next week. So you have to submit all your assignment programs there. So you can just practice on the notepad or Eclipse. Just copy and paste it on our online submission code. Hello. Hello. Okay. So the first question here. Can anyone reply me? I don't know whether you're getting my voice or not. Do you hear me? Hello.
Muted. Unmuted. Unmuted.
Hello. Sorry, there is a technical issue with the GoTo meeting. I thought you are listening my voice. Okay. So first program is 1D, dynamic 1D, and second program is dynamic double dimension. You can read and display the values from 1D, and you can read and values by using 2Ds, two dimension. And the third one, creating a student array, an array of student objects. Then we can read the values by using student get set class setter methods, and we can display the values by using student getter methods. Setter methods the values set చేసి getter methods display చేయండి. And for that you have to create student bean array. What you have to create? You have to create student bean array. Then create an array of objects, string objects, and assign a string to each element. For this program, you have to create a string object like this. Okay, a string object like this. So this is a dynamic string array. This OBJS here that can hold multiple objects of what type? String type. So every time it can store new string of hello, like the value is your wish. You can push your own value here. Okay, for storing the second, for the second object, OBJS of 1 is equal to, that would be a different value. So like this, keep on, you have to push all the values for different types of for all the available indexes. Like if you have 5 is that the indexes may end up to the 4. The index will end at 4. For starts from 0 till the 4, you have to push all the string objects with the different values here. Okay, that is what the fourth program. Then the fifth one, create an array of student objects and assign student objects. Print the student details by using a for loop. So this is also an easy program. If you can do the third one, the fifth one would be very easy for you. Next, sixth one, display an array elements in forward and backward format for primitives and for objects. Already you know how to display the array in forward. Forward means the regular format, and the backward means the reverse order. For reverse order we have to use. So by using forward and backward display we can, so that is a previous program. Just now we have done that. You can just make use of that program. Next, write a program to compare two arrays and display the matched element. For the seventh program, create two arrays, array 1 and array 2. So array లో ఇప్పుడు ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఉంటాయి, array 1 లోనూ ఉంటాయి, array 2 లో కూడా ఉంటాయి. array 1 లో ఒక వాల్యూని తీసుకొని array 2 లో ఉండే ప్రతి ఒక్క వాల్యూతో మ్యాచ్ చేయాలి. అలా మ్యాచ్ అయిందంటే యూ హ్యావ్ టు షో ద మ్యాచ్డ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్. ఆ మ్యాచ్డ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ని చూపించాలి. దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో వెరీ సింపుల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్. Suppose if it is array 1, if this is array 2, so try to compare 11 with 50. If it is equal, you can display that 11 is a matched element. Then 11 with 48 and 11 with 10 and 11 with 15. Nowhere it is going to be matched. So 11 is an unique element. That is not a matched element. Next, increment the I here. 15 double equals to 50. False. 15 double equals to 48. False. 15 double equals to 10. False. 15 double equals to 15, which is a true. Now we can show in the output 15 is a matched element. The 15 is a matched element. Are you not getting my voice? Hello? If my voice is audible for you? నా వాయిస్ వినపడుతుందా అండి? కొంతమంది మెసేజ్ చేస్తున్నారు రావట్లేదు. హలో.